And we're live with the second helping of some Thirsty Thursday energy. I am the hostess with the mostest, High Priestess Phoenix. Let me assume my position in my glorious throne. Don't let it get to your head. I'm just stretching. All right, everyone, what's up? I am the High Priestess Phoenix, your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic witch, yogi, guru. What are we going to talk about, God? Evangelist, North American Sybil. I am your messenger of God. First child of God, the Lilith reincarnated. In order to keep up with me, you better see what I posted in my community page, my latest live video, and my latest live short, or my latest short. That one was so cool. Really? She's like, well, first off, I don't believe in God. And then this fucking picture just falls off the wall. And the dude's like, I love when that shit happens. Realistically, yeah, people are scared. Of me, perhaps, but I always point fingers at God. Don't point your little green sausages at me. Realistically, yeah. How'd you guys make it through your energy? That was so trippy, dude. I did a whole video about the energy. A long one too. It was almost 2 fucking hours just talking. Fuck, public speaker. Public enemy. Anyways, I did that whole video, and I told you last night I was stuck in some weird ass Mars energy. I was trying to figure out what the fuck was going on, but I am fully aware that I am stuck on this planet. Then Steve's Love Tarot comes out and says Mars and Aquarius, and he says that somebody or the divine masculine energy in everybody is going to take this action for the things that I just described or already had, are facing the losses. I'm not sure. It was absolute confirmation to the bullshit. I like to think that you guys sailed through the bullshit. What was really interesting is because I was having communication errors today. I tell people all the time, but they don't listen. I sit down and the computers go haywire. Really? Yeah, I have an electromagnetic field that sets things off. So anyways, I'm trying to take care of some business, and the computers are going down, and I keep trying to send emails and they won't go through. And it was really funny because in Steve's Love Chair, he's like, they're trying to communicate with you and it just won't go through. I was like, yeah, that's exactly what happened to me today. My fucking emails. Really? I'm sitting right in front of them and I'm sending them an email, and I'm getting this notification that I can't go through for reasons beyond their understanding. I was like, well, I don't understand. Really? So I tried a different person. Nope. Then they're like, it's your email. It's not me. Shut up. It is me, but it's not what you think it is. Really? That was a bit frustrating, but I handled what I could handle, which was what? Exactly what I set out to handle, which was pretty cool because when I went to order my computer, they had limited options, and one of them was a touch screen. So I was really like, touch that one. So we put in the order for my computer. She said that she has the same offering of classes that I was going to do at the workforce center way the fuck up in Westminster, bro. So I was like, no, sign a bitch up. Realistically, so I get to retrieve the ball that I dropped, a couple weeks ago. Realistically, I mean, something was telling me not to go there, which was the lack of legality of my car. Realistically, yeah, I don't want to fuck around up there. And I would have had to drive through every fucking county on my way up there. Realistically, yeah, it wasn't worth it. So I tried to take care of that fully today, but I fully fucked that up. How'd you fully fuck that up? Because I purchased insurance in Colorado instead of in Oklahoma. So I went to online Oklahoma my tags, and they were like, no, because you have out-of-state insurance. And that was after I paid my fucking tolls. I was like, damn, I didn't need to pay to hear that message. Realistically, well, at least I have insurance and that'll get me through. And that's just as confirmation to the bullshit. I'm getting a new car. Realistically, yeah. Now I have at least the security to drive myself up and go check my mail, which could be all that money could be sitting in a check in my mailbox up north that I just been, I wouldn't say afraid, but you know what I mean? Protected not to do at this time. So I'm going to go check that out, and I'm going to buy me a new car. Realistically, yeah, I've been meaning to do that for a minute. Realistically, yeah. It would have cost twice as much. I have tolls in Colorado too that would have cost way more, and I would have had to do way more. I would have had to go to get it smogged. I would have had to get it the VIN check. I would have had to figure out where in the hell I put my title. I'm pretty sure I left it with Mr. Plum. There's specific things I left with Mr. Plum because I knew they were safe with Mr. Plum. So I think that's where I left my title. So ultimately, it's just pushing me up and on and moving on. So I took care of all that great shit like I was supposed to, but I didn't get a copy of my insurance. So in essence, I can't go nowhere. I want that in my car so that I can, feel comfortable. I could get a bunch of tickets, but they wouldn't take my car. I learned that the hard way in Oklahoma. You don't understand. I already learned this message. I was driving around dirty through many states, really tons of them, dude. And it wasn't until I got stable in Oklahoma, unpacked my car and everything, that I got caught up on that shit. And the only reason they took my car is because I didn't have insurance. Said it's I could have let you. And he was afraid I was going to curse. It was a really fun. Oh God, that was so fucking hard for my soul. He's like, what is all this? And I had to explain before I even had the words to explain that. I mean, I didn't tell him I was a witch. I told him I was a spiritual healer. And these are all. So then his partner had to crawl into my car and he's digging through sage and everything. I'm literally on my way to go buy a bag of weed, but I didn't make it. And thank God I didn't make it because fucking roly poly fucking went through all of my stuff. Realistically, it was hilarious. All that was left in there was I would just meditate in my car. So I have a full altar with a fucking Ouija board. These are spiritual people, or these are religious people, dude. And I am so calm and collected. And the more I'm telling him, the more nervous he's getting about the fact that he has pulled me over. Then Mr. Plum comes rolling up in a hot rod and he can't see who's in the car. So he's like, is this guy a drug dealer or something? I said, no. Who is this guy? It's like, and then little Mr. Plum comes out. Here's the funniest thing. This isn't his town. He just got called into town for the eclipse. Hundreds of thousands of people come to this town because this is where it's going to hit first. And God has just brought me in the middle of this bullshit. I was like, it all made sense when that happened. But anyways, he's like, we're standing there and we're watching the tow truck and I'm waiting for them to give me the information. And he turns to me next to Mr. Plum. He's like, you're not going to curse me or anything, right? And I look at Mr. Plum and I was like, if I had those kind of powers, you wouldn't have pulled me over to begin with. And to be perfectly honest, I am so grateful for you for how all of this went because I can go home to my kids and I'll figure out a way to get my car back. And that was it. And I sat there and I should have been crying and hysterical and freaked out. And, oh my God, what am I going to do? It was the weirdest thing that you probably could have ever witnessed. I sat there on his porch, which that was my, I hid in that car and now it's gone. I had to come off the porch. It was terrible. I didn't want to be seen. God did it on purpose. Really? Yeah. And I just praise God because it could have happened anywhere, dude. I had traveled at least fucking 13 states before this happened to me. They could have caught me anywhere and pulled me and the kids out of that car, bro. They could have caught me anywhere, dude. But I knew they were going to catch me that weekend. I had already said it. I'd spoken into existence. I was like, they're out to get me. I'd already got pulled over once that day before this guy got me. Really? It's a small town, dude. Really? Yep. I learned to walk around out there, and that's how I got fucking exposed. That's how I found Scary Larry on the street preacher. Street preacher, dude. I found this whole black fucking dark practitioner standing on the corner of this fucking street with a fucking sign of Jesus and trying to condemn people. Turns out this guy is a scary motherfucking Larry, bro. My God, what the fuck is this? I am creeped out by this guy. He is so scary. He told me my magic didn't work. He told me he wasn't collecting people to take to the church. I am scared for my life. He keeps driving around the block, dude. He's a creepy guy. There's stories about this guy. He'd be out there condemning people in the name of Jesus. Then I come into town and now all of a sudden he's like missing. He was so scary. Really? Small town shit. Anyways, going back to it, I feel very safe carrying my little bit of insurance. And realistically, I should have just paid for that. I had no idea it was so fucking butthole cheap. I should have been rolling around with insurance to begin with. But again, I didn't feel the need until right now, and I needed to do this. Why? I don't know. I don't think it's fear, because I was fearless before. I mean, that's kind of it. You don't stop a bad habit until you get caught, and then you realize the consequence, and you're like, ooh, I'm not going to do that again. I tend to learn from most of them. mostly. And that's where it is I don't push it. If God says I got to go, then God's going to protect me all the way there. And sometimes I'd be sweating it, but I don't sweat God. And that's really what it is. But yeah, he drove me around all fucking illegal in all kinds of ways. You fucking illegal alien. I have a green card. That's about the only card. No, at that time I lost all of our fucking documents too. Really? I left my house as nobody. And everything I did have, I burned fucking certificates and pictures and all that. I burned my life to the ground. That was an interesting one. I was sure they were gonna call the fucking fire department on that. I was guided to take one of those, those buckets you give for Christmas that are filled with popcorn. Yeah, we had those all over the house. And I was guided to take one of those and take all these, that junk drawer, that document, you keep all your tax forms, you keep all these paperwork, some fucking file that says, your prescription or something. A fucking, I don't know. We keep them in screenshots nowadays, but back then we had a lot of pieces of paper that just didn't mean shit. Fucking cards. People used to send you cards and shit. I was guided to put all this shit in this bucket and put sage and some other shit and set it on fire in the middle of an apartment complex. Holy fucking moly, when that shit lit up, dude, I was sure they were going to call the fucking fire department. I've been asked to do the weirdest shit. What is God asking you to do today? Really? Yeah. So going back to it, I handled business today, and now we're going to see what business is left to handle. I saw something stupid, and I was laughing so hard, and this is going to offend every female in the planet. Really? I was watching Bridge Fit, and she always irritates my femininity. Realistically, this is like fucking feminine, fucking 101. This chick is talking about she went to do some kind of weird face something for her pigmentation, and she had a name for everything that was wrong with her face, right? So what's wrong with your face? I didn't notice until you started giving it names. Your spots have names. What are you talking? Okay, whatever. What are you talking about now? She's like, I'm gonna go get some, I can't remember what it was called, but some kind of facial, bro. She comes out and she's like, my face is on fire, but I feel good. And then she gets to her next fucking post is some mask on her face. She's like, I'm about to scare the shit out of my kids, but it's bringing down the heat of my face. If I could just figure out a way to bring it down from my chest. And my small self is like, what are you doing this for? And the answer of the universe, the universal answer is, so I can be pretty. And I started laughing. I was like, bitch, I've never had to work hard at being pretty. That's what you do all day is work hard at being pretty. I'd never work hard at being pretty. That's what the fuck is. You know what it is. You don't think you're pretty. So you're trying to reach beauty by such acts. If I do this, it will make me beautiful or more beautiful. What's wrong with you? I thought you looked fine. You're like one of those girls that don't even need foundation. What is the deal? And then it's like, why are you not eating a cheeseburger? You work your whole life to be that thin and you can't enjoy it with good food? What's the point of that? What's the point of all that sacrifice if you can't enjoy any of it? Realistically, I'm just saying. She's never pleased with her face. She's just not pleased. And that's women. That's what your bitches do all day. They just sit around trying to be pretty for you, going to gyms and getting their nails done and making sure that they have pretty hair and, pretty clothes and pretty toes. That's all it is being pretty. I was always pretty. I didn't have to be pretty. I have an ugly attitude. And that's what I think is wrong with you bitches. Realistically, I'm just saying, I didn't have to be told I was pretty. And when you tell me, it's just like, it's not even useful, really. I know. I know I'm pretty. Thanks. You're pretty too. How does that make you feel if I tell you look pretty? I did that. What is his name? I always forget his name. It's not Roger. I can't remember his name. It starts with an R. But he had braids put in his hair. I was like, oh, you look real pretty. I'm sorry. I know you're not going for pretty, but it looks pretty. And he started laughing. You don't want to hear you look pretty. Realistically, oh, you look so pretty. All this and I look pretty? Just kidding. That's all they do all day? I think the real catfish is that. I don't know. I really think the real catfish is that. Trying to project yourself. Because if you don't feel pretty, like you only feel pretty when you do all that shit. Only when you do all that shit do you feel pretty. Or it seems like you never feel pretty. You're always trying to maintain it. I don't know. That's a lot of work for what? To be pretty for who? Who are you trying to impress? Your husband doesn't think you're pretty. You have pretty much no friends, and they all look like just you. Your little rat pack of 5 friends. Your little, your little vacation girls. Your girls' night out. Yeah, yeah. You never stop taking pictures of these girls. Realistically, they don't think you're pretty. Who are you trying to be pretty for? You're striving for beauty. I'm just pointing it out, and I know that offends all you fucking bitches. But why don't we put on? Why do we put on makeup so we could look better? Do you feel ugly without it though? And that goes back to the girls that won't wear makeup. Okay, you won't wear you won't wear makeup, but you're gonna spend hundreds and thousands of dollars on skincare shit. That's what you could do. You could either sit all this time trying to have perfect skin or just cover up your imperfect skin. But either way, it's imperfect. And then I'm seeing, what's her name? What's your ex-girlfriend's name, Lewis? Fuck. What's her name? Lewis. You have a lot of them. I know. Not that one. The other one. God, I'm so bad with names right now. The girl, she has strong pigmentation, so she literally has white skin and black skin. That model, yeah, that was Lewis's girlfriend too. I think she was with Kanye. No, just kidding. I don't know. Realistically, it's what are you gonna do? You're gonna cover up the white to be black, or you're gonna cover up the black and be white?
Some people with matte skin, they'll have two different foundations.
Realistically, I don't know. They're trying to cover up time and essence. But you can look at a picture. It's really funny because you're still you. And orange is still an orange. No matter how it wilts, it's still an orange. You're beautiful. Bruno, sing the song. Really, that came to me. And I made a joke about it. I was like, ugh, you guys work too hard to be pretty. Realistically, no, I mean, if I got to work at, I don't, it's no work for me to put on a fucking pair of eyebrows and some foundation, some fucking mascara, and I'm done. Hey, hi, how are you? If I want to be all loud about it at night and I want to stand out, I'll put on a lot of crazy eyeshadow, put some lipstick. You know, I'll never do that rosy cheeks thing that bitch did. I see those bitches all the time. You see these rosy cheek bitches? They put on way too much blush right on their bone, and it's like, do you realize how goofy you look out here? And they're just smiling. Yeah, okay, put some fucking. Anyways, sorry. It makes them feel beautiful, right? That's why people do what they do. And as I'm seeing this, I'm seeing Prince. He liked to put on his makeup. He felt beautiful. Did you feel unbeautiful without the makeup? Really? Just something to think of. Inner beauty. We're not going to be beautiful on our deathbeds. Who said that was going to happen? Why can't they accept this? The aging, the dying, the changing, the turning. Well, as the goddess of life, death, and rebirth, I'm here to teach you the different phases of that, of going through youth, motherhood, and and elderly. It's a good thing. You don't want to have the responsibilities and stuff. It's just you're not even that same person. You shouldn't be to be regressing in your consciousness and shit like that. To have such things as priorities comes with some insecurities. As women get older, like when do women not stress their fucking appearance? They started so young trying to look pretty and they try to maintain it and they're never satisfied no matter what age. Look at Jonica. I bet that bitch is trying to fucking burn off her liquor at the fucking gym right now. Stupid ass. Realistically, what's the point? What's the point of maintaining a beautiful body and diet and then you just get hit by a car tomorrow? You were the most beautiful thing. We're still not going to be able to have an open casket given the situation. You wanted to look beautiful in a fucking dress and die? They start so young, and at no point do they just give it up and just accept I'm beautiful. They're always striving to be beautiful, to be accepted by their looks. Men are trying to do it by their works, so whatever. But it's just, you think about it, is it just America? Now that I think about it, is this even important in other countries? Venezuelans have always been, you know what I mean? Check the stats, dude. These bitches always win the fucking Miss Universe. They're trained for it. Realistically, you want to see it in real life? Come pull up at my building, bro. These bitches are built fucking solid. Even, dude, I got into Bobby's car and he couldn't even stop it. It's like, holy shit, that's just one of many that are moving around here. What do you think I'm made of? Seriously? Seriously. But in the essence, is it a huge thing to them? No, they're just very open with their bodies. They're very accepting of their bodies and the shapes of them. So when you see the bodies out like that, you respect it. It's kind of like the black culture. You don't see the black culture other than these girls that want to be white girls and you know who you are. Running around fucking doing all that shit to their hair and putting on all that makeup. Black girls are not notorious for wearing tons of makeup like that. They have beautiful skin. They don't need to. Realistically, no, they don't. They're not known for having acne and pigmentation and shit like that. They have solid fucking beautiful skin. Really? Mm-hmm. It doesn't change by the sun or the moon or anything. They don't get, they might get ashy, but they're a beautiful color. And that's just it. So, like, they don't focus on becoming beautiful. Not typically. It's a mindset. And I was just thinking about that like feminine mindset. Look what it puts on you. Trying to be girly, what does that cost you? You know what I mean? You're somehow in a competition with other girls that don't even exist. You become competitive in just a room of just strangers, and you start sizing them up as if they're better than you or if you're better than them. For what reason? Are you in league with this girl? Are you, it's that Diddy shit. Realistically, it's a feminine energy, nevertheless, and it can be inside of a man or a woman. What is just, an insecurity to where you don't feel good enough in your own skin, that you showed up and you didn't feel like you were enough when you got in the room. That's what you're trying to do. You're sizing up the room to find your place. And if you feel out of place, you're not going to feel comfortable in that room based on the people outside of you. This has nothing to do with you. You thought you left the house looking your best, and you got out there and you saw people that look better, and now you feel like, what? Quiet on the set, huh? I don't know. Insecurities, jealousies, not something that I really deal with on a regular basis. I mean, I have a body dysphoria, so I see myself as much bigger than I really am. For some reason, I still keep seeing myself as a 2X, and I don't know. I have to be reminded all the time that I'm not that size anymore. But I'm also, by losing all that weight, I'm not tight and fit. So I have to accept what I am and what it is. And that even though I'm a smaller size, I don't have a young girl's body anymore. I can fit in young girls' clothes, but I don't have a young girl's body. And I have to be accepting about that instead of running around in some shapewear, trying to shape my body. Realistically, do you know, in the moment of passion and desire, peeling off all these layers feels like I catfish the shit out of you. Realistically, I mean, I think you should be able to see what you're purchasing without all of that serious hiding this stuff. Realistically, I just have always set myself aside. I've always been a thick girl, so I just figure if you're talking to me, you like them big. You like to grab hips. Realistically, yes. That's just how we're built, dude. And it's funny because later on in life, women started getting literal butts to make themselves look like they had hips and ass. I was just built like that. When I was a teenager, the boys used to call me fat ass. They'd be like, you and your fat ass. And I thought they were calling me fat. They were talking about my big ass ghetto booty and my thighs. I didn't understand it. Realistically, women started creating their bodies to look exactly like mine was, the very body I was shamed because I didn't have this skinny body. I didn't have this boy body that everybody else had. Realistically, no. Until something like apple bottoms came in and they started realizing that all waists weren't created the same. I have a small waist, but it only gets bigger as it goes thick down. It's not supposed to get smaller, it's supposed to get bigger. Realistically, yeah. So going back to that, I always was set apart in my own, and I always dressed my own way and, however I did and this and that. And so this wasn't a thing for me to compete. What I think if I was competing was not by looks, but for love, Because don't get me wrong, I was in relationships where I was fighting to keep my man, but it wasn't based on the trash he was sleeping with. They were trash. Oh my God, that girl had a fucking mustache. My mom made fun of it. Realistically, yeah. And how'd that work out for you, Devani? Yeah, you had two kids by that trash bitch and one died. How's that for karma? I'll rub that shit in your fucking groins. You fucking failed these two kids and the other ones, you fucking failure. Realistically, I could go back to these motherfucking failures and be like, I never had a chance. Really? Yeah. But the fucking bitches, oh my God. And then you take him. Same thing. Same thing. Patricia had a fucking mustache, and so the fuck did fucking, what's her name? What is her name? I'm so bad with names right now. Oh, even Mr. Plum would be like, I haven't seen her for a long time. She turned out to be a whole ass lesbian. Artificial insemination with a fucking turkey baster lesbian. Really? I can show you the kid they had. Who donated the sperm? It didn't matter. Realistically, you are not the father, is how she felt about your bitch ass, too. I can tell you stories, bro, but I never competed with the trash they were sleeping with. Going back to Heather, your wife, your wife is ugly. She's trash. Take all that fake hair off of Jonica and put it up in a fucking fuzzball like she does. She's trash. She's a basic 20-year-old, bro, with no brains that will just wants to drink. That's all she wants to do is be fed dick and food and alcohol. When's she gonna grow up? I don't know. Why does she have to when you're just feeding her dick and alcohol and keeping her in pretty braids? She don't need to get a life. Why? Because she can live off of yours. How lovely. That's what it is. Kanye, work out the work plan, bro. All you gotta do is be a beautiful girl and get you a rapper, an NBA player. Shit, at least a dude with a car. And then you could get someone like Bobby, bro. He'll pay your bills. He'll take care of all your bills and shit. You could just, you could just sit there doing fucking nothing for the rest of your life. That's all you gotta do is hook a motherfucker. Just have kids and bitch, I'm out of here. I don't want nothing to do with this. Again, I'm Lilith. Hi, my name is. I was created first, and I don't like any of you. And you're not nothing. God said don't be like that, but that's just the way it always was. I'm trying to be better. Really? Yeah. So going back to all your routines and your self-cares and care for yourself, bro, internally. What are you going to do, bro, if you lose your hair? What happens if you lose your hair? Are you not beautiful? If you lose your teeth, are you not beautiful? If you lose a boob, are you not beautiful? What is beauty, bro? It's the spirit. It's your essence. It's your voice. People don't remember what you look like. They remember what you feel like. If you're even rememberable. Someone like me, say my name. They remember me. I'm louder than life. Oh, she had a really loud spirit. She was always talking shit. She would blow into fire, dude. She was just crazy. Adventurous. She had this crazy laugh, just like a witch. Then she started snorkeling. It was hilarious. This chick was she was not of this world. She never was. You could tell she wasn't. That's how they'll be talking about me when I'm gone. What about you? And I've been gone. That's how they talk about me. Oh, that bitch is crazy. That bitch is this. That bitch is that. They got something to say, and it's not the same boring shit they say about your boring ass. Really, I leave a lasting impression. And going back to it, yeah, good luck with that, ladies. Try to be pleasing to that man who's going to find someone that looks better than you. If it's all based on looks, you're screwed. There's always something that looks better. Just when you think you've seen the most beautiful thing, there's something beautiful. I'm seeing a beautiful woman I've never seen in my life. Really? Yup. She has dark skin and light hair. And she has really blue aqua eyes. Who's that bitch? I don't know. I'm seeing her in my imagination. She might be real. Who is she? I don't know, but she's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Seriously? Beautiful. I can only see her face. It's dark skin. Like dark. Not black, but light skin black. And she has beautiful sandy blonde, like beach hair with curls. And they're natural. And she has these beautiful, beautiful, like aqua eyes. She's beautiful. Hey, maybe she'll be my daughter. Maybe she'll be my future daughter. She's beautiful. I don't know who that woman is. Really? There's always beautiful women, don't you think? There's beautiful men too. Did you see Lewis's picture today? What a beautiful man he is. So beautiful. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and you can see it in these weird relationships where they love each other. Shallow how? I don't see it. I don't see any of that. I see you. Really? Yeah. Most of you guys are in love with me and intrigued by me, but you've never even seen me. I could be an ugly porker. I could be all kinds of terrible things. But the shock would wear off and you'd remember who I am and what I make you feel, and you wouldn't care what I look like. If I got into an accident and I tried to hide myself and say, no, I don't want anyone to see me, that's the Medusa, dude. That's the Medusa. Did you know I was Medusa in another life? Realistically, yeah. What are we supposed to pull on, God? Pulling my strings here. Ew. I don't want to pull those. Ew. What are we doing? The Black Moon Lilith. Maybe we're approaching our freaking shadow work. Maybe it has to do with that, your self worth and your appearance, how you judge your appearance. I push buttons because I know they hurt people. That's not very nice. That's called bullying. I know this bothers you, so I'm going to talk about it. That's the definition of bullying. But realistically, none of that shit really matters. It really doesn't. Would I stop loving my husband because he lost his hair? He got some illness and he lost his hair and he got fat and he could no longer walk and now he's just a big roly-poly. Would I stop loving him because he's not the body that I fell in love with? Is he not still the same man? Something to think about. And realistically, that goes back to the weakness of men. You can't hold a man just by beauty alone. You can't. You can't be beautiful enough to keep a man. And time has shown that in all history. Really? Let's see what shadow we're dealing with. Neptune! That's a good energy. I saw something coming up. I think I saved it. It happens tomorrow. The 23rd. There's supposed to be the moon and Saturn and Neptune aligned to make a happy face in the sky. Really? The stars are shining down at you. Neptune. Let's talk about Neptune. Neptune is on our chart right here. And that would be Poseidon going over your emotions. We talked about that earlier, but it's also, past that is the spark of genius, the intuition, really, the imagination, the illusions, all the magic in there. What number? 30. Lots to talk about. Really, I'm just saying, go ahead, keep doing your routines. You can, but I'm telling you, it's only because it's in your mind. Nobody's forcing you to go do, regular all of this. It's societal programming that you have to do these type of things to be a successful woman. You have to keep up with your, all of these routines and you have to do all of this shit. I guess if you don't do it, then what the fuck do you do with your time anyways? I'm just saying, what a waste. I don't know what she did to her face, but it was making her hot. Could have just left it alone and put on some Maybelline. That's the whole reason that there's a fucking $1 billion company called makeup. Magic, imagination, and illusion. You are a master. As I said that, I got my fucking makeup on my book, rubbing my eyebrows. You are a master magician. When Neptune card shows up in an oracle reading, the universe wants to remind you of your natural superpower. Oh, I'm going to share a short later. That one I was saving. Who was it? Bruce Lee came in and he's like, don't talk like that about yourself. Yourself is hearing everything, and that's how it creates the self. Really? I'm going to share a short later tonight. Make sure you catch my shorts. And that's really what it is. Your words create. Your thoughts do too, but the words are the intentions put out, the thoughts put into intention. Really? You say you're going to do something. That means you had a thought, and now you're putting it into action by words. You're breathing it into existence by giving it life, which is words, right? Now, the next part is doing what the fuck you said you was going to do. That's the hard part, the follow through, I guess. Really? I guess. Take time to dive into your spiritual alchemy and manifestational practice. What do you want your life to look like? I know pretty much none of you have that answer because you haven't been working on that. And that was really rude. I was sitting down with Ella and telling her what happened with fucking Morgan. I was like, yeah, well, that job lead turned out to be not so leading. It was misleading based on misconceptions. And she's like, and I told her the whole story. She's like, yeah, that was okay. Well, what would you like to do? And I even confirmed it. I was like, honestly, Ella, I have a strong feeling that I want to do customer service for an airline. I was like, we're the home of Frontier, so I believe this is possible to do a hybrid position. I believe it. But despite that, that's what I want to do. Why? I don't know. That's where I want to do. And I feel it. And she's like, yeah. And I was like, I mean, I'm not limited to that, but that's what I feel like is going to be, good for me. So then, as soon as I leave her office, I put it into Google airline remote customer service jobs. Boop, and they are available. Realistically, yes, I keep saying what I want and I work towards what I want and I tell the universe and I make actions towards this and it'll be. Why do you want it? I don't know. Now, going back to it, I told her how I pissed off fucking Morgan. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have said it like that. What did I say? This is good for you because you don't have a career. So that made her defensive and she wanted to attack my career and defend hers as automotive, knowing that she couldn't stand on it. And so she was kind of between a rock and a hard place. But I said that and she was upset about that. Now, going back to it, any of you that don't know what you want to do with the rest of your life, fine. That's okay. That question is asked to you from the moment you're born to the moment you die. I'm going to ask you that all the time. The question right now you need to ask yourself, do you want to do this, what you're doing, for another year? And that's all I asked Bobby. Are you going to do this for another year? He said, maybe another year. I said, why? He said, I guess I like the suffering. And I shut up because that's what I want you to say. I want you to say the truth. You like this and you know it's suffering. I didn't need to hear anything more. You spoke the truth. What the fuck am I going to push out of you? And he said, maybe another year. That's what he told me when I asked him. So the same thing is to you. Do you want to do this another year? You're going to put another year into what, Allie? You're so fucking inconsistent, Allie. You're going to do this another year? Fine. The second question, do you want to do this for 2 more years? Okay. Lewis has a contract right now. His contract is up at the end of this year. He has no choice but to suffer for another year because he don't want to back out of his contract. The question is, Lewis, are you going to sign another contract to hell after this year? Or are you going to accept retirement? Will you change companies like cars? Or are you going to do this for 2 years? Okay. Fine. Answer the 1 year question. Answer the 2 year question. Here's the real important one. Do you want to do this shit for the rest of your fucking life? Bobby, are you going to stay with that woman for the rest of your fucking life? Like you're going to die old with this woman? Did he answer that one? No. No answer is an answer, if you ask me. He's quick to always say, I'm not leaving my wife. He didn't say it that time. Realistically, I'm just asking you, what are you going to do? Why do it for 1 more week if you're not going to do it for 1 more year? Why do it for 1 more year if you're not going to do it for the rest of your life? Why are you doing it for 2 more years if you don't want to do it for the rest of your life? I can't live your life. I'm just supposed to make you evaluate what the fuck you're doing. Wolfman, are you going to do this for another year? Are you going to be traveling around and I won't be able to catch up with you till next year? At what point are you going to settle down, my friend? Really? Yeah. That goes back to Brian. Why couldn't we meet? He's too busy at work. He's still seeing my messages and stuff, but he's busy. Well, maybe next time. Maybe when you're 43, you'll have time to hang out. I don't know. He's trying to run a fucking industry. Fine. That's fine. You have no time for friends, though. That's not very healthy. No time for spiritual stuff, baptisms and adventures and shit. If I creeped you out like that. Are you ready for a baptism? Take your clothes off. I'm going to take mine off too. Awkward. I always make jokes. I swear. I'm just joking with you. Jesus baptized. I'm going to baptize you in the river. What do you want your life to look like? What do you want your creative vision to embody? Maybe you don't know. The question is, if you don't know what you're going to do, the question is, are you going to keep doing this? Paint it, write it, act it out, make a vision board, or in any way set intentions for your reality. When we work with our imagination and treat fantasy as reality, the universe can pick up exactly what we want and create synchronicities to make it happen. All right, let me tell you something that happened a long time ago. Marshall knows it. I made a vision board of being the first female artist to be signed to Shady Records. And I put this as a prop in my video, right? And he knows that it was in there. So this was my aspiration. I put a lot of thought into this. Now, when it's all said and done, and I'm over here walking around with my fucking Grammy, and I walk up and say, I want you to sign me. Do you think he's going to say no? Did I go the way that it went, that I thought it was going to go? No. Is he going to deny me an opportunity in his freaking fabulous record company? Realistically, does he have a female artist when he wants the best female artist there ever was? Yeah, he wants me. Can you sign me? No, it's on my terms. When I agree. Realistically, yeah, I'm just saying that was my vision a long time ago, and it hasn't died. It's not dead and gone. It's like, no, I can always have that. Realistically, I mean, what do I gotta do? Get back to music? But I already got it. Really? Yeah. And the Grammy goes too. Did you get a Grammy for your soundtrack for 8 Mile? Oh, how about you, Kanye? Did you get a Grammy for your soundtrack for your documentary? Oh, yeah. It's gonna be 13 degrees. We will think about it. I usually make good decisions like that when it's cold outside. They might just do it if it's really gonna be that bad. They said, nah, your freezing ass is coming to school. All right, in astrology, Neptune is the planet of illusions, dreams, spiritual unknown, psychic abilities, creativity, deceit, and seclusion. As Neptune moves through the sky, it connects with other planets. What's it connecting with tomorrow? Your moon, day energy, and Friday, Venus. That's scary. And Saturn, which pushes your limitations. It's going to push the limitations of your mind. I feel like this happened like a couple weeks ago, didn't it? Really? Yeah, we were so in this energy just a couple weeks ago. I don't know, time flies when you're having fun. Moving on. It creates fantasy, bends reality, and can cause what once deemed solid in our lives to dissolve. And that's what he was talking about. Mars and Aquarius is like, you know what I mean? Just fucking throwing in the towel. Like having a fucking, you know what I mean? That's what he said. You have to listen to the video. It's like you're planning your life overnight. People don't even know it. You're planning your escape. You're done. Realistically, as he was telling the story, I remembered that when I was in Oklahoma, I had no way out. And then all of a sudden, God gave me an idea of how I could go camping or live off of the grid. And I started coming up with great ideas. It was just enough to keep me inspired. None of that ever worked out, but it got me here. Just the idea alone got me here. And then I got, little by little, I didn't know what I was going to do, but I was guided. I was guided to the perfect place. And when I got there, you could tell that somebody had done witchcraft before I got there. There was a bird offering, there was the fucking candles, all of this shit that was right there, dude. It was creepy as fuck. I was like, yeah, this is where we're supposed to be. And it was right next to the river. It was so cool. And then after that, when I got kicked out, I had no idea where I was going to go. And then I ended up at Chief Hosa's. I didn't even know what that was. I had no idea that's what that was at that exit. Everybody drives past that exit. I had no idea that's what it was. It was a fucking campground. It was so awesome. Realistically, yep. It was super cool. My life was super cool, dude. Just, you don't know. You just got to go with the flow. Neptune in Roman mythology is Poseidon in ancient Greece. He was the god of the sea, complete with his powerful trident. Neptune is the modern planetary ruler of the spiritual water sign of Pisces, and it is a generational planet. People around the same age, share the same Neptune placement, making its transition a collective experience. You can go to your natal chart to understand this. Neptune can tell you how you channel your magic and your imagination in this lifetime. It can also provide shadow work around self-sacrifice and addiction. Ooh, Bobby, they're talking about you. He has some very addictive behaviors and he does a lot of self-sacrificing. Oh, that's easily you too, Russ. Hey, you want to come sit down and be part of the support group? I support you in your recovery, not your bullshit. Ooh, put that on a t-shirt. Mike Stud, I know you're listening. You're over there sharing all this. I can't wait to come to Denver bullshit. Bitch, I won't even face you if you don't fucking bow to the real truth. Realistically, you're gonna get ran over by a reindeer on my mountain if you keep playing with me. Really? Yes. Yes. Anyways, going back to this, I don't support you I support you in your recovery, not in your fucking sickness. Really? Yes. Put that on a t-shirt. Really? Yeah, Mr. Spirituality. I give you permission. Why? Because you just need to put it on a t-shirt and sell that shit. I don't know. Maybe you need the money. I just need the message. Put it in front of the people's faces. Bunch of fucking beer chugging people. Make them feel while you're over there selling fucking beer mugs or whatever you sell. Put a shirt on that makes them feel guilty for their addictions. It's okay. Realistically, whatever. Celebrate. Jesus gave everyone wine. He got them drunk. He wasn't drinking no wine though. Doesn't drink the Jesus juice. He just gives it away. Okay, moving on. Neptune. Okay, let's see. How old are we, people? From 1942 to 1957. Okay, we'll include the old folks because that would have been Mr. Plum. My mom was born in 53, so we'll include Mr. Plum. He's around that age group. That was Neptune and Libra. Yours is cooperative magic. Oh, you need to work together. Relate two or more come together. Neptune and Scorpio from 1956 to 1970. Yours is transformative creativity. That's like a molding of things. Transformative is transformation of your creativity. Starting with one idea and it builds on. Really? Yeah. Start with one room and watch it build on. All right, this is obviously me, which is not surprising in most of us. Neptune in Sagittarius from 1970 to 1984. Rebellious beliefs. All we have to do to create is off of our rebellious beliefs, to believe shit that we're not allowed to. Well, that would be me, Sagittarius, as well as Lilith, the rebellion. We were created, a generation of us, really, that could create just off of our beliefs. So I'm trying to make you believe in some shit you don't believe. You might not be part of our age group. What about the youngins? Neptune and Capricorn from 1984 to 98. Yeah, those are those dirty 30s, you guys. You guys have to have structured vision. Oh, you got to really put your mind to it. We don't. We just have to believe. Believe. I do. And there it is. Neptune and Aquarius from 1998 to 2012. Humanitarian service. That's how they create greatness, by being an extension, by helping others. That's how they succeed. All right, the new generation. Oh, it's about to end. We need a new book. From 2011 to 2026. Their imagination. They can create anything off of their imagination. That's gnarly. Really? Yeah, that's my son. He was born in 2012. But this one is right in the cusp. He could be part of both because it said 98 to 2000, 2012. This one said 2011 to 2026. If you're on a cusp like 98, you could be part of both. What is this one? 70, you're part of both. That's pretty cool. Not this one. Because it goes from 43 in Virgo to 1942 in Libra. How does that happen? How did they overlap like that? Oh, I guess it's in the time. Okay, whatever. All they got to use is their imagination. They can create things. Your imagination is the most powerful magical tool you possess. Use it to make your dreams a reality. And that's it on page 71. If you believe it, it's just an idea in your head until you speak it into existence. So I already told multiple people, and that's it. What are you manifesting? I'm manifesting a customer service remote or hybrid position with an airline. Really? Maybe Alaska Air. That could be good. Maybe that'll get me a place in Alaska. Really? I need to go to Alaska. I saw that Miggs was going to perform in Anchorage. It's like, damn, you already know people out there? That's so cool. Realistically, that could have been me if I would have stayed with my music. I opened for Miggs. I could have followed. I could have stayed on the track. But it's good to see that they're still on track. And he's doing all these great choreography fucking classes. He's taking this dance class to fucking different states and teaching them. Love to dance. You can see why I love this little dude. It was great. He's a great dude. He's growing now. He's probably in his, I don't know, 19, 20. You might be old enough to drink one day with me. By that time, I'll never drink again. But good for you. Realistically, great kid. Just saying about that, that's what I'm manifesting. Really? It's what I want. I have great customer service. Hi, my name is Peggy. Realistically, why do you want to work for the airlines? Well, because they have lots of problems. I'm a problem solver. And secondly, the perks. Why would you be customer service for anyone? Why do you work anywhere? For the discounts, bitch. Discounts. That's why. Really? Yeah, that's what I want to do. How's that going to happen? I don't know. God, get me ready and give it to me. That's what I told Ella. I told her, I was like, this is going to sound crazy, but I have proof that this is how it works. I was like, all I have to do is prepare myself, and then the perfect job will make itself, you know what I mean, available. I've shown it time and time again. But that's what I need to do is get myself prepared for this particular job. It's like I don't need all kinds of, you know what I mean, computer skills or anything. I just need a refresher. It used to be I could walk in and convince any authoritative figure to give me an opportunity and I could sit behind the computer and get to work. I don't remember how to sit behind the computer and get to work. You know what I mean? So that's all I need is a refresher to the computer. But I could walk in and get any front of house office, you know what I mean, office position, whether it was clerical, customer service, administrative, any of that shit. I had it all. The only thing I'm lacking or don't remember is my computer skills. So I have to restart again, pick up the ball and go, you know, take this little classy class and do that. And then I'm going to take another class, which is going to help me recreate my resume. Nowadays, they scan resumes. So there's particular words that you need to know that they're scanning for. So I need to rebuild my resume for this new position that I'm trying to go into, which is different highlights. Really? Yeah, that's it. I just need a little bit of class, you know, a little bit of education to get myself ready for this shit, and then I'll be good. Hybrid and all of that stuff, they train you. It's on job training for any job I'm going to take, but I have to be able to. It's like, you know, don't go for a job that's on a computer if you have, you know, you don't have computer skills or low typing. And that's what I'm trying to do is bring up my computer skills and my typing back to where it should be as a requirement, or at least back to, you know, accelerated. I used to be able to master, and I'm still good at that, as mastering new technology. I'm great at learning. It's the retaining of old information that's gone. I can retain new information. Something about these names today isn't working out too well. I still can't remember her name. I just can't. I can hear it. I can hear it in an echo being said. Really? No names. All right, so we're in Neptune. We're manifesting. Yes? Yes. Can you believe in can you have a thought and believe in it? Believe in it so much that you'll live in it? Can you see yourself doing this? Well, I don't know. I keep seeing myself, like, what keeps popping up is Southwest Airlines, but then I spoke Alaska. But again, we own Frontier Airlines and they're right out there in Aurora. So I could literally see myself going out there to do training and doing all this. For that matter, should as fucking might as well just show up at the airport. Realistically, there I go, right back to where. Why are you gonna do that? Hello, hello, miles, flights, stuff like that. The perks. Realistically, yeah. What else am I gonna do? Customer service. I was made for customer service. I'm here to serve you. Yeah. More like community service. Really? Yeah. Anything else, God? Aries, lead your life. It's your identity. You can be whoever you want. You can make people believe whoever you want them to believe you are. You can change who you are, and you know, something like that. Like my caseworker, she's like, when I'm done with Phoenix. And I was like, I really appreciate that extra mile of you acknowledging that that's how I'd like to be addressed. Most people are just rude. They just don't want to accept that this is what I'd like to be called. It's something simplistic. Can you please call me Phoenix? Sure, for sure. I can do that. Other people are like, they just refuse. They know damn well they'll hear someone else call me by Phoenix and then they'll be rude and call me Lisa. I already explained to you that I'd like to be called Phoenix, but you don't want to fucking hear that. Really? That's how that works. It's like they want to, you know, whatever. So you get to tell people who you are and how to treat you. And your actions is what backs this identity up. Really? Yeah. It's your life. Going back to Kanye, it's like nobody could really tell you anything. You hope that somebody can get through to you and you're not just out there just, you know, living life all on your own. That there's some kind of a conscious friend or somebody that can bring you down and bring you back to earth. But it's your life. Really? Yeah. Let me read this out for you. Number 1. One is the loneliest number. What's in my first house? My first house is Aquarius. Really? My identity is that of the Aquarius. So naturally, when these planets are moving in it, I really feel them moving in my life. Really? Yeah. Let's go. Aries, lead your life. When this card appears, the universe is calling for you to embrace your desires, set boundaries, and say no. You may feel the need to take on the world by yourself, rejecting support from others by fear of appearing weak. This can leave you feeling depleted. The lesson here, you can both lead others and rely on them for support. It's funny because this is how it is with Wolfman. I can lead him, but I can also rely on, you know what I mean, through this magical bond that I might create with him, as I can lead him through it, but I can also learn from him as well. Really, it's not just me, the teacher and the student. He's not just a student. He's not entry level like everyone else. And it's not to say, what is it? He's already put in years of dedication to understanding the shit that you're barely learning with me. And that goes back to the other guys that have been putting in years of listening to me that still don't know what I'm talking about. The lesson here is that you can both lead others and rely on them for support. The first step is to change your belief around independence. Aries is a masculine sign of the zodiac ruling over self, identity, and personality. Symbolized by the ram, it is energetic fire sign that prefers to blaze its own trail. When Black Moon Lilith is here, you can feel forced into a role of having to do everything on your own, and your desires and natural tendencies towards independence can trigger others. The mother may have had to lean heavily on the masculine energy to support the family. Where's your father, Wolfman? You're the strong man in that family. You have your sister and your mother. You've never spoke of your father. You want to talk about this? Singer Billie Holiday was a natal Black Moon Lilith Aries and a teen single mother and an absent father. This can be an inherited pattern of self-reliance and fear of support from others that can leave you feeling unfulfilled. What is it? Betrayal or the letdown? I'd rather not ask because it's worse. You know what I mean? You don't want to depend on people because you've learned not to. You're like I said in my video last night, why do I stay alone? For safety. I've learned not to trust people. I've learned not to depend on people. I've learned not to let them too close. I learned the hard ways how to build boundaries, not to open my door, not to bring people around, not to, stuff like that. When I said that, I got a terrible memory. Not to open my door. She set me up, bro. He was inside of my house. He was on the other side of my door. What happened? Oh, fuck. What happened? Fuck. Well, I mean, you could say he raped me, but it was willingly. He took revenge out on me. What happened? This fucking girl I was partying with on the dude, it was her nephew, and he passed out drunk. And it was her idea. We ended up fucking robbing him. And then for fun, we stuck a fucking cucumber and a fucking condom up in between his butt cheeks while he was passed out. It was all fun and games until it wasn't. And this man was standing on the other side of my door when I walked in my door. He said, "I'm going to fuck you like you did me." And my kids were in the room asleep. After that, that's when I left. I took my kids and I took them back to San Diego. We were unsafe in that house. That's what happened. Seriously? Yeah. True story. Fucking shit. Yeah. Real true story. He was on the other side of my door. I left my door open. I always leave my door open, to be honest. I left my door open and I was just down the hall in another neighbor's door. I didn't think nothing of it, dude. And I came home and he was inside of my room. He was inside of my house. My kids were asleep in the other room. It was terrible. Really? Yep. After that, that's when I took my kids. I packed them up and I took them back to San Diego. That's that story, the missing part of that story from yesterday. You'll have to catch the whole story yesterday. Anyways, yeah, fucking tragic times in my life. I'm so serious. Realistically, I didn't do anything but take his money and then played a joke on him. I didn't know it was going to get me raped. I didn't know any of that was going to happen. I figured he'd come back for his money and we'd just play stupid. I mean, I didn't think of the consequence. I didn't think he'd come after me, but she sent him to me. He came back and asked her everything, and I don't know. He was in my house. He wanted payment from me, but it was both of us that took the fucking money and got high on it. Really? Yeah, bro, that was my friend. Do you know what I mean? These people. My brothers set me up so that people were beating me up. People would just, I mean, I'd be part of the bullshit and I'd catch it, bro. I believe in karma. I believe in all of this. I've seen it. I've seen it come back so fast and destroy me. I don't do bad things. I don't even be around people that are doing bad things because their bad karma comes and gets me. It usually does. Really? Yeah. First and only time I got busted by the police, I got set up. This girl set me up, bro. She set me up completely. It was terrible. Why'd she do it? She was supposedly my friend. I don't even know why she set me up. She calls me and she tells me that this bitch is at her house. And I'm ready to put hands on this bitch. I want to put hands on this bitch. Why? Because she's been running around with my ex and they were business partners. I'm out of town in the Bay Area and her dude, Stymie, is in jail. So now she's running around pretending like she's, his girl and they're business partners. And so my mom shows up one day and to pick up some money for me. And this bitch acts funny. Like she's like, no, don't give her that much. And I told this bitch off. I was gonna fuck this bitch up. I was like, you fucking cunt. You don't fucking hold back my fucking money. I'm gonna fucking get on the first thing smoking. I'm gonna fuck you up. She called the DA. They called me, dude. I was under investigation for terrorist threats because she was seriously afraid that I was gonna kill this bitch for fucking denying me money. So she does all this shit. I have to come to San Diego and sit in front of the DA. I'm in the Bay Area. I get down there. As soon as I get down there, this is a week before Stymie gets out of jail. She drops the fucking charges and she goes into hiding. So this bitch calls me. I'm about to quit dope dealing forever. I have one more 8-ball and it's already sold. It's already sold, bro. I'm going to go take this, drop this off, collect this bit of money, go pay off Angel because he always gave it to me, you know what I mean, on credit. Go give him the last bit of money and I'm out, bro. I'm never going to do this again. I'm never doing this. I'm just going to pay him off and I'm never doing this again. On my way to drop off this 8-ball, this bitch calls me and says, hey, Laura's here. Laura's right here, bitch. She's right here. I'm gonna hold her up. Get here. So I get over there. I shouldn't have done it, but it was my heat of rage. I'm there to get Laura. Laura's not there, bro. Laura's not even there. I get there and she really wants me to just get there so I could give her some dope. She wants to get high. The bitch wants to get high, right? And I'm like, I can't. It's already sold. I have no more. I have nothing for you. Nothing. The next thing I know, they're doing a fucking check out of the house. They're doing a parole check on the house. It wasn't, bro. She set me up, bro. She knew that detective. She knew that detective was looking for my ex. So she set us all up, bro. It was a huge setup. It was a huge setup, bro. Anyways, they catch me there and they catch me they search my purse illegally and they catch the 8-ball. All right. So in my ID, I'm a big fat girl. I took this picture when I was pregnant and they're looking at me and they're like, what is this? I was like, it's mine. They're like, where'd you get it? Over there on university. Who gave it to you? Some black person. Why do you have so much? Because I just got my welfare check and I'm just going to buy one big bag to last for the month. This is a lot. Well, I tend to do a lot. And that's what I tell him. Why do you tell him that? Because in California, if you're a user, then you get sent to rehab, not to jail. So he buys the story and I get charged with possession and intent to use, not distribution. All right. So I go in and I get all this. I did not do a pee. They had to do blood. That takes longer. I was a very smart criminal. So by the time I'm getting rolled out on an OR, I go to pick up my fucking belongings and here's this fucking detective. And he's like, your fucking test came back. You had no fucking drugs in your system. You fucking lied to me. Said, I'm guilty as charged. Bye, Felicia. And after that, I knew I couldn't sell again. He was on me. He was on me. But I had already planned to stop. Really? Yeah. Hard times. I don't trust nobody, bro. These motherfuckers, they've been getting me since they got me, bro. They've been trying to get a bitch. Ain't part of it. I ain't part of it. Realistically, I'm serious, bro. Always one step ahead. Realistically, I got him good. It was stupid as fuck. Oh, man. I've been in some hell. Anyways, Accepting support is healthy and will lift energetic burdens. Once you accept support, the universe will manifest more people who want to support you. You are opening your divine feminine container to receive abundance. And that's what happened today, right? So I never asked anybody here. I have an allowance, and I never asked anybody to help me with anything. So when I went down there, I was like, well, I didn't know if this was a special request. She said, no, it's not. You could have asked for this at any time. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. It's like, we're here to help you. I never asked. I really didn't ask them to take care of no shit. Going back to Ella and her getting that computer, and then her getting me hooked up with a specialist, you know what I mean? An employment specialist. It's like they're creating a team of support for me so that I can be. And that's where I was thinking about later. When this is all, I'm famous and shit, I'm going to see you, bro. And it's going to be whatever you want, bro. Whatever you want. You were the kindest people I met in this whole journey. Whatever you want. You want money? Will that help you? Whatever you fucking want, bro. I know you were just doing your job, but you did it with kindness. You treated me with kindness when the world didn't. And I want to repay that kindness. Whatever you want. Whatever I can give to you, because you gave me an opportunity. Realistically, I say that to a lot of people, you know what I mean? They're just doing their job. But in doing their job, they have an ability to make an impact on a person's life that really changes not just their day, but their future. It's like, damn, dude, you were the best part of my fucking day. You really fucking saved me. It could be somebody, I tell them on the customer service agents, I'm like, you're a fucking unicorn. Thank you so much for helping me out. Their expertise and stuff. They're just doing their job, but that extra level of care really stands out. And that's what it is. I I did everything on my own, and it wasn't, it's not something to be proud of, but I can do so much better with a little bit of help. And that's all I needed. I would have been so much better off with a little bit of support. Just a little bit. Just a little bit, bro. I didn't need you to hold the weight. Just support me a little bit. Realistically, some support. Anyways, divine masculine shadow work. You secretly admire and gravitate towards independent energy. This creates tension with your own masculinity. The key is to learn to lean to your leadership while accepting and integrating others' opinions. Meaning you challenge my authority. When it comes to Wolfman, I feel it. I feel like you're always challenging my authority where I have to man up on you. Why? Because you're trying to be the biggest man in the room. And for a woman that has, you know what I mean, fears towards men, that's not a good thing to do. Realistically, you're going to push out, you know what I mean, the worst part of me, trying to be an over controlling, powerful man. That's all I've experienced. You're triggering me. You're pushing a traumatized side of me out. And you're going to see how I handle this. What happens to me in the fear of, you know what I mean, uh, over forceful men. He does that. And it just makes me flare up real hard. It's like, I'm going to make you bow down before you make me bow down. I'm not bowing down to no man ever again. And that's where it becomes this fight. It's like, if you could just be kind, I could be kind. But you don't want to be kind, so fuck you. You want to fight? You want to fight, Russ? You want to keep doing this shit? You want to out hate me? You can't. There's nothing in this world you hate as much as I hate everything else. You can't possibly hate her. Seriously, that's just kind of how it is. When it comes down to matching energy, sure, you guys could go blow for blow and see until you're on the floor bleeding and somebody's really got, tapped out. And still turn around like Millia's little fucking bully and say, I won that fight. Bitch, you got fucking, you're bald. You got stitches in your head and you're out here talking about you won? You fucking loser. Sorry. Watch that. That bold-headedness, trying to always assert yourself, it causes, and that's what she was a Taurus. That's what Sophie was doing. She always had to walk in and assert herself. I don't have to. And don't make me. You're not going to like this. I don't have to prove to you shit. You can tell when I walk in the room, a certain level of energy has just walked in. If you don't know how to act around that energy, at least don't try to act like you're better than it. That's not going to work. Realistically, yeah. When the lion walks through the crowd, you don't see the other animals trying to run at it, trying to say, oh, you're not scare me. It's not about being scary. I'm not here to bite anyone, but if you come at me, I'm going to rip you to shreds. Realistically, something like that. But masculines are very big about it, and especially Wolfman. He has to assert himself, and especially over feminine energy. And that could have to do with his mom and sister always bullying him. Does he have a brother? Or they just, you know what I mean? They're just, push all that feminine energy on him where he had to be a little bit, you know, over masculine. Or they could have just made him like that. Oh, this is how a man acts, and don't talk to me like that. And it's like double standards. Who knows? We can work through all your shadows, but realistically, just don't put that on me. Really? Yeah. I'm very much attracted to, you know what I mean, Marshall and his authority. But if he tried to exert it like he was the best rapper, I would lose my mind with him. You're not going to tell me you're better than somebody. And that's just equality. I don't see it in such ways. Realistically, no. It's not about proving I'm better than you. It's just about shutting you up. It was never about proving I was bigger or better, just shutting you up. Really? When it comes to matching energy, pull the kindness card, bro. They don't know what to do. And they look hella stupid being angry when you're just being kind. It's the best way to handle this situation is not to flare up, but even myself, I tell you, it happens. It's a self protective coping mechanism. And you should never hope that you ever see that side of me. It's a grown ass man that'll swing. You'll never even believe it. There is a grown ass man in me, a power of God that will swing, that is not afraid. Really? Doesn't even see the size that I am. Doesn't even see what's in front of me. That's that Mars energy. Goes red. Seriously? It's red. Not green with envy or fucking jealousy. Fucking red with rage. Realistically, yeah. You're sitting there with like, what have I done? No, I mean, it could, but I don't really. Something comes in before that. Allow divine masculinity to shine while giving space for others' desires. Release the shame around who you are. It's time to embrace the fire that burns within you. Hmm. This could mean so many things. You know what I mean? Like, you could have like a very strict family that doesn't allow for creativity. Like, they don't allow such things. You're not allowed to be an artist or a musician. You have to have a steady job. You have to have a strong structure. You have to have a college education. You have to have all these things. And they won't allow you to be you because of their rules of what society has placed on them and what they're placing on you. The structured, the structured way of being. It's a hard time to be alive. I mean, it's a hard time for anybody to go against the patriarchy, to go against the structures. I have learned for years to do it. It's not an easy battle, but you stand on your principality of that. This isn't, I'm not okay with the way that things work, and I choose not to be part of this working. Or you can try to take the structure down, but just know that you can't take it down from the inside. You have to be from the outside. Really? You can't bite the hand that feeds you, in that sense, is what they say. And you can't do it alone. Many have probably fought this corporation or this law or this authority that you're trying to fight before you and have failed. You have to be a smarter opponent than what you're fighting. Realistically, I mean, I'm like, are you going to fight club the corporation? You're going to burn the building to the ground? Do you think that that really stopped it? You might set down some of that was a good idea. But if you're trying to stop a corporation, that's not how you do it. Because, there's cells that just pop up. Realistically, yeah, it's not like a mom and pop fucking business. But that's what I'm trying to say. And what I mean by corporation is just a structure, a structured way of living. You know what I mean? Your family lives by tradition and structures. Your town is by tradition and structures. Everything is traditionally structured in certain ways. And so trying to break those structures is very difficult for any human being to be of any culture and try to do anything outside of, your cultural beliefs or practices is dangerous for all intents and purposes. And that's why, everybody came to America. I don't know if you guys realize it, but America was the home of the rebellion, bro. They came here because they didn't agree with the way of life from which they left. They came here for a new way of life. And here there was no leader. There was no rules. They created rules along the way. And one of the most important was, the Declaration of Independence. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. We were the first to create such things, which was called democracy. But it wasn't created by Europeans turned Americans. It was created by foreigners turned Americans. Because by that time they had come from all different places and stuff like that. Before the structure of government came, it wasn't just Europeans. You know what I mean? These weren't British people. These were people from all over that had sailed the wide seas to come to the free land and be part of it. Really? Yeah. So there wasn't even a structure until we started building it collectively together. And it's that very structure that we're trying to hold on that's being threatened at this time, which are those very, those very laws, our freedom to speech, our freedom to religion, our freedom to bear arms. All of our freedoms are being slowly taken away from us. And we fought wars. Many blood was shed for this, for these freedoms that they're trying to act like don't exist, that these laws don't mean anything. They mean way more than the paper they were written on. People have died behind these things and always do. And these freedoms, as the freedom fighters we are as Americans, and it's not about American, it's about the culture you came from to be American. You know what I mean? We didn't have freedoms in our other countries, and that's why you came here, is for those freedoms. And I just want to point that out as like, this was the home of that, of the rebellion. People left their homes, their home countries. King, there was no government, there was nothing here. You were allowed to come here and establish your own, way of being until they started rolling out the rules, really, that everybody had to follow. And when they started making these rules, not everybody wanted to follow them. In other countries, that's not the case. The rules are the rules. There's no question. Realistically, no, but this is where we fought for freedom. So when we're talking about your ability to be you, you're being asked to fight, to be a freedom fighter in your own fucking house, in your own fucking skin, to fight for who you are and the individuality of what you are versus those around you. And you're fighting to just be that, not for their fucking acceptance or respect, but you need to break free to wherever that place is where you can feel free. That could be simply San Francisco for, depending on what your sexual preference may be. Something like that. It's like, I'm not free to be myself here. Then go where you are free to be you. And that goes back to Jesus. His own people are the same people that didn't accept him, killed him. Seriously? Yeah. Funny how they don't celebrate Christmas, though. Right? Isn't that weird? Are we talking about Judaism, Jewish, Israel's? Like, that's where it is. It's like, which ones? I mean, read the book. The only ones that accepted him were all the people outside. The Canaanites, the fucking, all of them, all of the people outside. His own people didn't accept him for the glory he was, but that didn't stop him from being the glory he is. Really? Yeah, lead your life. And again, if you don't know what you're going to do with your life, just ask yourself that simple question: am I going to keep doing this? And then go look up the definition of insanity and get back to me. I love you guys. What's in here? Hello. I'm a Taurus. Oh, okay. You like the finer things in life and you're kind of bold-headed. You like to, establish yourself with good things. You're covered in good things. You're an emblem to the good life. Typically, Tauruses are. They have nice clothes. They strive for a nice life, a luxurious life. Really? Yeah. So that was exactly what she was, Sophie. Sophie was very luxurious. Really? No, she was over the top, to be honest. She had all this extra jewelry and her makeup was all loud as life and her hair and all of this stuff. And when I met Sophie, I was like, girl, that'll get you killed in the streets with me. And she said, what, the streets of Denver? I was like, obviously not. I was like, where I come from, you couldn't possibly wear all of that. Really? Yeah, and I was trying to explain that's a bit much. You're causing a lot of attention to yourself. But she, again, confirmed that nobody's going to fuck with her in the streets of Denver. Of course not. But going back to it, later on I get to know Sophie, and Sophie has a problem at work. What's the problem? They're jealous of her. They think she does too much and that she needs to tone it down. Right? And she says, well, it's not my fault. I think they should just work harder. It's not my fault. This is how God made me. But then she would come to me bitching about how they make her feel unwelcome. Well, they told you what about you they don't like, and you don't want to change it. And that's what she would say. Well, that's just how I am. She wanted to just stay that way. She didn't want to accept that she was the problem. And that's what I told her. Just take off some of the necklaces, just tone it down a little bit. She's like, I don't have to dumb it down for them to feel good. It's like, no, but you don't have to step it up for you to feel good. Do you need all of that to go outside? And she did. I'm a girl that, like, before, I would never leave the house without, you know what I mean, fully fitted and makeup. But all of the extra glitz and glamour and blah, 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 not realistically. That's how I was always, 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 always. Really? Mm-hmm. But she was over the top, and it caused problems in her life, and she couldn't understand. You're going around ghetto girls, bro, trying to be a fucking princess, and you wonder why they don't like you and they call you bitch. So I sat down here with her, you know what I mean, and trying to explain, you don't have to wear all that jewelry. You don't have to wear your best wigs. You don't have to be over the top. You could just, you know what I mean, just calm down a little bit. Really? Just take a little bit of it off. Not you, just a little bit of the extra. Right? That's all I said. But I hear that. Well, fine. Don't expect them to compromise if you don't want to compromise. Because I promise you, if you started toning it down, they'd notice. They'd feel more comfortable around you if you weren't acting like such a prissy bitch. Really? Yeah. We were having a conversation and she started with that, and I literally just got out of her car. And then she sent me these 2 pages text message of trying to apologize. And I really am trying to be a better person and all this. Yeah, they feed me all that bullshit until I see the truth. It's like, yeah, until we get to the real truth. And I'd already had this conversation. She had already lost her job over the jealousy. And God replaced it with a better job. And she still went out there doing the same shit. Everywhere she goes, she makes bitches uncomfortable. She does it on purpose. She looks like and that's what I said. You treat this like it's a stripper thing, bro. Nobody works that hard for tips. You're making them uncomfortable. She's like, no, that's just how it is. I was like, bitch, we could go to every dispensary. I'll take you. You'll see there's never a girl like you on the other side trying to work people for tips. You're in the wrong industry. Realistically, I said it and I motherfucking meant it, and she didn't want to hear it. She got defensive in the car and I just walked off and never talked to her again. Really? I mean, deal with your shadows, bro. I feel these girls. I feel like you're annoying these girls, and you don't want to see that you're annoying, and I'm not going to listen to you're an annoyance, playing victim to the situation. They don't like you because you're unlikable. Really? Why don't you like me? I can tell you all my very unlikable qualities. I'm not dumb to it. I don't act like, oh my God, that's not true. I'm like, tell me more. Really? I don't care. That goes back to being beautiful and stuff. Be likable, I guess. Whatever. Is going to like you. The only person that matters is that you like you, that you wake up and you don't hate yourself, that you don't look in the mirror and think that you're ugly, that you don't put your clothes on and say, I'm fat, that you don't walk around telling yourself that you're fucking useless, that nobody fucking loves you. That's you. Nobody said that shit to you. If that's how you feel about yourself, you need to work on yourself. Why don't you fucking feel pretty? What's wrong with you? You're just a mean girl. You're not fat. What is fat? These 600 fucking pound people have lovers, and I don't. They have some man to come and feed and bathe them. Obviously, since they don't have jobs, they pay for these fat fuckers. They have love, and it has nothing to do with their roles. It's a lot of fucking sweaty sex if you think about that. That's a lot of shit going on. Realistically, but fuck. Maybe they're butt fucking. That's a good point. Realistically, you're going to roll that fat motherfucker over. But they're loving it. And that's what I mean. It's like none of this fucking matters, bro. Realistically, fuck. Gilbert Grape's mom, and I know it's just a movie, but there's really, these motherfuckers are on TV. She is loved. Her kids loved her. Yeah, they would have loved for her to fucking be healthy, but it didn't change it. They loved her. And yeah, the town didn't love her, but that didn't matter. Are you going to let what other people think about you destroy you? And realistically, I mean, some of them are beyond repair, don't you think? I think that that's what took them to that place, is other people's opinions is what took them to that place. But I just want to tell you that. Really, just be whatever God made you. He loves you. And once you realize how much he loves you and how much, and start exerting that love onto yourself, you're just going to stop searching for people's love, and you're caring about who doesn't like you. I sit here and laugh at myself. You can hear me in every video. I'm like, I fucking love myself. I am so crazy. I am a trip. Like, I am just a whole child over here. I love myself. It's like, geez, I love myself. The same things I hated are the very things I love now. Really? I used to hate having fat thighs. I hated having thick thighs. I hated it. I hated the fact that my thighs rubbed together, that they touch. I hated it. I love my big fat thighs. Do you know what I look like in a fucking. Do you know what I look like? Oh my God. I love it. I used to hate it. Realistically, I used to hate a lot of things and I love them now. And that's because I learned to have love for myself. Nothing changed. I mean, they're smaller now, but they're still great. I love them. I love them. There's these girls that don't have none. Realistically, nope. Nope. Nothing to grab on. Nothing fun. Realistically, no. I love the things that I used to hate, and that's okay. And that's really what it is nobody has to love you. You do. When it's all said and done, who's alone with you? When you take your clothes off, are you trying to look good for someone or you're just okay with you? Find ways to appreciate who you are. You don't need to look at someone that looks worse than you to make yourself feel better. That's messed up. Like, well, at least I don't look like that person. That's not nice. Putting another person down to put yourself up is not nice. Just accept what's, you don't like. And don't try to make it likable to other people. Really? It's like, that's what you're going to wear? Yeah. I don't think you should wear that. Why? It's embarrassing. To you, I dress like this all the time. I'm used to the attention. I'm used to people. You don't want people staring at us, or you just don't want to stare at my attire. Who said they're staring at us? Why does my outfit affect your night? Stuff like that. Think about it. Don't leave by everyone else. Hey, I love you guys. I'll catch up with you. I gave you too much again. Really? This is like 5 hours today. I'm done. And to the Taurus, yeah, God's with you. Just maybe tone it down. Don't be so luxurious in life. There's some of us that are pretty humble, and that shit's a little, you're doing too much. You're like Russ over here with all your sports cars and wearing fucking old tennis shoes and fucking basketball shorts. Fucking do-rag. You know who you are. I don't even know what you are. Is this to impress your girlfriend? Do you think you're black? What are you doing right now? I've never seen anyone do this. Is this a sailor thing? What are you doing? I'm trying it on. If you were trying it on, then why'd you buy it and bring it home? You guys, I love you and your funny identities. Identity crisis. Okay, laters, haters.